Let's start today's story. In this world, everyone will awaken to become a powerful beast according to their bloodline after adulthood. On this day, I stood in the center of the awakening ceremony with great anticipation, my heart beating like a drum. The legendary Titan nine-headed fire phoenix, with its blazing flames burning the sky and burning away all filth. The Titan golden-horned beast, swallowing everything and sweeping across the sky. The Titan golden red swallow, moving mountains and filling the sea, moving mountains and taking the moon. These are the awakening forms that people dream of. My heart is also full of fantasy, expecting that I will awaken to become some kind of powerful existence. However, as the light of awakening gradually faded, the eyes of the teachers and students in the school turned from surprise to contempt. I looked down at myself and found that I had turned into a skinny monkey, the form of the Monkey King. The laughter of the crowd resounded throughout the auditorium. Words such as waste and joke pierced my heart like sharp blades. The form of the Monkey King? In this world where strength is respected, this form seems useless. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Let's get back to this story. At this moment, my body was undergoing drastic changes. My torso gradually stretched, and my muscles swelled in waves of pain. 2 meters, 2.5 meters, 3 meters. Finally, when I stopped changing, it was already past 2 in the morning. The entire awakening process lasted for more than 10 hours. The lights in the Zhang family's villa were bright, just like daylight. In the spacious living room, there lay a giant ape covered with golden hair, 5 meters tall. Its burly body, strong muscles, and hair that stood up like golden needles all showed its majesty. This giant ape was me, who had successfully awakened the Titan form. My parents have been standing by my side all the time, from noon to night, and now their eyes are filled with surprise and joy, because my awakening should be a moment worth celebrating. However, the scene before them left them confused. "Honey, this isn't the golden vermilion?" Mom looked at me carefully, her face full of confusion. "Your golden vermilion is even bigger than this." "This is definitely not golden vermilion," Dad frowned. "Golden vermilion is an ape, and Holden's form is more like a monkey. First, apes don't have tails, but monkeys do. Second, apes are usually much larger than monkeys. Look at me again. Not only do I have a tail, but my height and size are also smaller than the first awakened golden vermilion." Mom couldn't help but speculate, "Is this a mutation?" "The chance of mutation is very low. I didn't expect Holden to encounter it. In any case, as long as he can awaken, I will be satisfied," Dad said with a hint of relief on his face. "That's true, but Holden is just an ordinary boy," Dad sighed with some regret. "But monkeys' transformations are usually weak. I'm afraid Holden's awakened form this time won't be too strong. My father's mind is naturally that I can awaken the form of Golden Zhuyan. After all, that is one of the most powerful Titan transformations of the Zhang family, and it is a bright road." As they were discussing, I slowly opened my eyes and gradually regained consciousness. Everything in the room came back into focus. I felt a new power surging in my body. Although this was not the golden vermilion that they expected, I felt in my heart that this power was definitely not simple. "Son, how do you feel?" Mom leaned over, her eyes flashing with joy and concern. "Feeling?" I tried to move my arms, and I felt pain all over my body. My muscles were extremely sore, as if they were torn apart and reassembled. "It's always like this when you transform for the first time," Dad regained his serious expression. "Transform a few more times, and your body will get used to it." First transformation. I sat up with a start, looking at my arms, legs, and the golden hair covering my entire body. I'm awakened. I couldn't suppress my excitement and laughed excitedly. I'm awakened. I'm finally awakened. However, I soon noticed something was wrong. "Dad, am I not transforming into golden vermilion?" "You discovered it too?" Dad sighed and simply explained to me what happened. "It has mutated, and it's mutating in an unknown direction." My expression became complicated, but not because of disappointment, but because I discovered something unusual. "Mom, I'm not unhappy. No, I'm very happy. I feel that this transformation is extraordinary." My eyes lit up, as if I had discovered something remarkable, and I became excited again. "Unusual?" Dad and Mom looked at each other, puzzled by what I said. I suppressed my excitement, looked at them seriously, and explained, "You know about innate magical powers, right?" "Of course I know." Mom nodded. "When a Titan warrior awakens, he often gains some special abilities. For example, Your father's golden vermilion transformation has a diamond body. This innate magical power allows him to transform his body into a diamond body after performing it, and his defense power increases dozens of times, making it extremely powerful. And my Rui Lingyuan can change the size of his body at will. This is the size Rui magical power. Mom looked at me and asked expectantly, Holden, you suddenly mentioned your innate magical powers. Did you also awaken something? Dad also stared at me, his eyes full of expectation. I took a deep breath, raised my arm, and concentrated. In an instant, my arm turned into a golden hoop stick, and then turned back to its original shape. I discovered it, I said excitedly. My innate magical power is 72 transformations. 72 transformations? Mom and Dad widened their eyes in disbelief. Yes, I nodded. Although my transformed form does not look as good as Golden Juyin, I have the ability of 72 transformations, which means I can transform into various forms, and these forms have different special abilities. Dad and Mom were silent for a moment, then smiled with relief. Holden, no matter what you become, as long as you have this gift, you will be stronger than anyone else. Dad patted my shoulder with a firm tone. I nodded repeatedly and said excitedly, the innate magical power I awakened is called 72 transformations. I can change my body and appearance and become anything I want. But there is a prerequisite. I must get the blood of the target of the transformation. Does it take blood to change into the other person's appearance? Dad pondered for a moment, then flipped his right hand, and a 2-meter-high oil barrel appeared in the living room. The surface of the barrel was stained with blood. Dad unscrewed the lid, and a strong smell of blood hit his nose. This is filled with the blood of the Titan monster. I leaned over and looked at the mouth of the oil barrel. Titan monsters are both a disaster and a resource. Monster meat can be eaten, scales can be made into protective gear, belts, teeth, and bones can be made into weapons. Industries related to Titan monsters are basically highly profitable industries, and more than 70% of our Zhang Group's business is related to Titan monsters. Daddy formed his own monster hunting team and often went out to hunt monsters. The income from each trip was in the 8 figures, so I was not surprised that my dad had monster blood in him. Monster hunter, normal. I nodded in understanding. This is the blood of the giant rock black bear. Dad said calmly, our main target this time is this giant rock black bear. Giant rock black bear? I whispered. The giant rock black bear is a high-level Titan monster in the Jindan realm. How can it be killed just like that? Just as people are divided into different levels, so are Titan monsters and Titan warriors. The first level of a Titan warrior is the Chi hunting level, followed by the foundation building level, the core forming level, the golden core level, the nascent soul level, the young god level, and the demigod level. Each step is a world of difference. The giant rock black bear is a high-level Titan monster in the core forming level, and is ranked 3rd among the bear Titan monsters. An adult giant rock black bear is over 20 meters tall. Its body is as hard as rock. Its skin is harder than diamond. Its defense is so strong that even large caliber shells cannot blast it away, and its strength is so great that it can easily destroy a residential building. This monster that is difficult to kill with ordinary thermal weapons was actually dealt with by my father's team. I was a little bit unbelievable. Mom poked a finger at my forehead and said unhappily, I told you some time ago that your dad had a breakthrough. Breakthrough? I looked at my dad in astonishment. You broke through the Jindan realm? My dad has been stuck in the Jindan stage for several years. Now the only way he can break through is to move upward and enter the Jindan stage. Dad responded casually, as if it was a normal thing. My Jindan father. My mind was dizzy, and I finally understood why my father could get a piece of monster blood from the demigod grandfather. Jedan and Jindan, seemingly only one realm apart, are actually as different as heaven and earth. Titan warriors at the Jedan realm are common among the middle and lower level Titan warriors, but Jindan realm Titan warriors are among the top Titan warriors and are extremely rare. Although the Zhang family is the most powerful family in Chang'an Bay City and has a demigod grandfather, they currently do not have any warriors at the Yangshan realm or Yuaning realm, and there are only 3 warriors at the Jindan realm. Including the father who just broke through, the Zhang family only has 4 Jindan, which shows how rare Jindan realm Titan warriors are. The mother looked at her husband with a glimmer of pride in her eyes. After your father's breakthrough, his voice in the family soared, and even our annual dividends increased several times. Normal. I nodded to show my understanding. Jindan realm warriors are the targets that any force would try their best to win over. Don't talk about this. Dad glanced at me with a serious look. Let me see your innate magical powers. Without hesitation, I walked to the oil barrel and thrust my hairy hand into it. When I pulled my hand back, my fingers were stained with blood, giving off a strong smell of blood. I touched my forehead with my blood-stained finger, letting the blood of the giant rock black bear seep into it. Dad and his wife stared at me intently, and I saw the blood slowly seeping into my forehead and gradually disappearing. Their eyes became more solemn as they watched this scene. In about half a minute, my body changed dramatically. My golden hair quickly turned black, my nose and mouth stretched forward and became sharp, my head became bloated, my neck became thick, and my limbs shrank quietly, becoming short and strong. My long tail also shrank back and became a short tail. Under the astonished gaze of my father and mother, I changed from a golden monkey to a black bear covered with black hair and a sturdy and strong body. It's really a giant rock black bear. Dad stood up suddenly and walked around me, patting and touching me from time to time. After 2 rounds, his eyes were shining with excitement. "Honey, how is it?" Mom asked nervously. My father smiled for the first time on his serious face. "It's not just a change in form, but a complete transformation from the inside out. If I'm not mistaken, Holden may have even mastered the innate magical powers of the giant rock black bear." My mother's body trembled. She covered her rosy lips and said in disbelief, "This is impossible. Ask Holden." Dad pursed his lips and signaled me. I blinked my dark little eyes, growled, and my body surface suddenly glowed with an ochre-colored light, which quickly condensed into a layer of hexagonal ochre-colored crystals, clinging to my body like armor. "Diamond armor!" Mom exclaimed. "This is the innate magical power of the giant rock black bear, diamond armor." Just as I expected. Dad knocked on the khaki crystalline armor on my body, felt its hardness, and nodded with satisfaction. "Although it's not as good as the giant rock black bear I killed, it is indeed a genuine diamond armor." The father looked at his wife, unable to hide his smile. "Wife, I really underestimated my son's Titan transformation. Not only can he perfectly transform into a giant rock black bear, but he can also master its innate magical powers. This shows that the 72 transformations are definitely not ordinary innate magical powers. This transformation ability is definitely ridiculously strong. The thing that this world has the most of is Titan monsters. As long as I can get the blood of powerful monsters, I can use my innate magical powers to transform into them. This is incredible." "Yeah, I underestimated him too." Mom nodded repeatedly, smiling uncontrollably. "Honey, Holden really did well this time." Dad's mouth curled up, smiling. At this moment, I felt my new body. Although it became bulky and bloated, its strength was several times greater. I wanted to stand up, but I was afraid that my size would damage my villa, so I just continued to lie down. 5 minutes later, I felt weak and could not maintain my transformation, so I finally turned back into human form. At this time, I was completely naked, and my clothes had burst after awakening and transforming. Mom seemed to have expected this and threw me a pair of shorts. "Thank you, Mom." I took the shorts and said gratefully. The mother smiled and said, "Son, you did very well this time. You must make good use of your natural abilities in the future and don't let yourself waste them." I nodded, my heart full of expectations for the future. Although the road to awakening is full of unknowns and challenges, with the innate magical power of 72 transformations, I believe that I can meet any challenge and create my own legend. At this time, my mother looked at me and asked with concern, "What are your plans? Do you want to go to college or practice at home?" Dad glanced at me, as if waiting for my answer. I hesitated for a moment, then said, "Let's hire a tutor." I thought about it for a while and felt that going to college or military school was too troublesome and a waste of time. It would be better to practice at home. Anyway, my family is rich and has no shortage of teachers, techniques, and resources. I looked at my mother and father and blinked. "I think you have no objection, right?" My mother immediately slapped me in the face and scolded me with a smile. "You are so rude, little brat. Your dad works hard out there and earns a little money. How can you not save some for him?" I smiled and scratched my head to show that I understood. Dad didn't object. He nodded and said, "Since you have decided to practice at home, we have no objection. I will go back to the company this afternoon and find a teacher for you. If nothing goes wrong, it will be in place tomorrow. As for your innate magical power, don't rush to fuse the monster blood and waste the opportunity to transform. I will help you find the best quality blood to maximize the power of this magical power. Thank you, Dad. I agreed obediently. And this. Dad took out a vacuum blood collection tube from his pocket, which was half filled with black blood. My heart moved and I asked, "Is this my blood?" Dad said something shocking. "Your Titan transformation is very special, so try to keep it a secret for now. Although your grandfather is here, it doesn't matter if the secret is leaked, but it will still cause a lot of trouble. So, for now, you should transform into our golden vermilion and show it to others." Okay. I nodded in agreement, understanding my father's good intentions. My mother smiled and patted my shoulder. "We believe in you. You will definitely be able to show your strongest strength. No matter what difficulties you encounter in the future, we will support you behind you." I feel the love of my parents, and my heart is filled with strength and determination. Although there may be many challenges on the road ahead, I have a strong talent and the support of my family, so I will definitely overcome all difficulties and create my own glory. After lunch, I couldn't wait to fuse my dad's blood and gain the second transformation ability. After transforming into my dad, I was surprised to find that the 72 transformations were indeed powerful. Not only could I transform into my dad's golden form, but I could also use his innate magical power, the body of diamond. However, this transformation can only last for 5 minutes. If I engage in a high-intensity battle, the duration will be even shorter. I realized that I had to hurry up and practice. The innate instruments were like blue bars, which determined how long I could maintain my transformation. Therefore, the more innate instruments I had in my body, the longer I could maintain my transformation. However, I had just awakened, and there were too few innate instruments in my body, so the time I could maintain my transformation was very short. After changing my clothes, I went to the practice room on the 3rd floor, ready to try to absorb the innate chi. Unexpectedly, my homeroom teacher Jack called me and asked me why I didn't go to class today. Classes? Why would I need to attend classes now that I've awakened? I told Jack about my situation, and he seemed very surprised. "You've awakened? When did it happen?" "I can awaken?" Jack was obviously very surprised, because my family is well off and I have no shortage of resources since I was a child. Logically, I should have awakened a long time ago, but there has been no movement. Who would have thought that I would awaken a month before the college entrance examination? This is too coincidental. Although he was surprised, Jack was still very happy to hear that a student had awakened. "Holden, you awakened at the right time. Today is the day when a large company is recruiting students on its own. You should come to school and participate in the independent recruitment to see if you can get into the top 5 universities." Independent enrollment? I raised my eyebrows, feeling a little hesitant. Jack seemed to see my concerns and said eagerly, "This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Being admitted to the top 5 universities not only means better resources and training, but also more opportunities for development. Now that you have awakened, you need a good platform to hone yourself." After listening to the head teacher's words, I was moved. Although my family is rich and has no shortage of resources, the training and platform of the 5 famous schools are undoubtedly better. In addition, I have just awakened and need more systematic training to improve my strength. "Okay, I'll come to school right away," I promised. After hanging up the phone, I quickly packed up and prepared to go to school. Before leaving, my old father reminded me, "Remember, no matter what the situation, you must stay calm and give your best." "Got it, Dad." I nodded, my heart full of anticipation and fighting spirit. The road to awakening has just begun, and today's independent enrollment may be the first step towards a brilliant future. When I arrived at the school, many students had already gathered on the playground, and everyone was waiting for the start of independent enrollment with anticipation and nervousness. In the center of the playground, a huge display screen was playing introduction videos of the 5 famous schools, showing the strong teaching staff and rich resources of each school. Jack saw me. He immediately came up to me and said, "Holden, come quickly. There are admissions representatives from 5 prestigious universities here today. You must seize this opportunity." I nodded and followed him to the registration office. Soon, my awakening information was entered into the system and the order of taking the test was arranged. I got number 10. The test began, and the first 9 students took turns to go on stage. They showed their awakening forms and innate magical powers. Some of them performed mediocrely, while others attracted the attention of the admissions representative. Finally, it was my turn. I took a deep breath and walked onto the test table. "Next, Holden," the host announced loudly. I stood in the middle, all eyes on the playground focused on me. Without hesitation, I activated my 72 transformations and instantly turned into a majestic golden Juyin, with a golden glow on my body and my armor-like body gleaming in the sun. There was a burst of exclamations from the audience, and it was obvious that my performance had caused quite a stir. The admissions representatives from the 5 major universities also paid attention to me, with expressions of admiration on their faces. "Holden, your awakened form and innate magical powers are very outstanding." An admissions representative came up to me and said with a smile, "Would you like to join our school?" Before I could answer, another admissions representative came forward and said, "Holden, our school has the best instructors and resources that can help you improve your abilities to the greatest extent possible." I was somewhat flattered by their words. I didn't expect so many schools would compete for invitations. I looked at Jack, and the head teacher smiled and nodded, indicating that I should make a choice. Finally, I chose Chang'an Titan College, which is the most prestigious of the 5 famous schools. It not only has the best instructors and resources, but also the most complete training system and the broadest platform. Chang'an Titan College. After entering Chang'an Titan Academy, I was assigned to an elite class called Qinglong Class. This class brings together the best students in the academy, each of whom has extraordinary talents and strengths. I realized that I would face greater challenges and higher requirements. The first day of training began. The instructor was a Jindan-level Titan warrior named Wang Hai, who looked to be about 40 years old, with a resolute face and a sharp gaze. "Hello everyone. I am your instructor, Wang Hai. Today's training project is actual combat confrontation. I hope you can go all out and show the best of yourself," Wang Hai said seriously. Actual combat confrontation is the best training project to test the strength of students. I took a deep breath, adjusted my mentality, and prepared to face the challenge. In the first group, "Holden will face Li Dong," Wang Hai announced. Li Dong is a very famous student in the Qinglong class. His awakening form is the Flaming Lion, which has strong attack and explosive power. Facing such an opponent, I was a little nervous, but more excited. We stood on the battle stage, and the students around us were watching us, looking forward to a wonderful duel. Li Dong took the lead in launching an attack, and his body suddenly expanded and turned into a huge, flaming lion, burning with raging flames. I was not willing to be outdone, and quickly transformed into Golden Juyin, with a golden glow on my body, and my body of diamond was particularly dazzling in the flames. The momentum of both sides intertwined in the air, forming a strong sense of oppression. Li Dong suddenly pounced on me. The flaming lion's claws cut through the air and attacked me with blazing flames. I quickly dodged. The defense of my King Kong body allowed me to withstand his attack, but I knew that I couldn't just rely on defense. I had to look for opportunities to counterattack. The battle gradually became fierce, with both sides constantly alternating between attack and defense. Li Dong's fiery lion was powerful and fierce in attack, while my golden vermilion was good at defense and flexibility. At this moment, I suddenly felt a strange force surge in my heart, which was the innate instrument in my body running. I decided to take a risk, concentrated my mind, and activated my innate magical power of 72 transformations. In an instant, my body changed and turned into a giant rock black bear, with a thick diamond armor covering my body, which improved my defense. What is this? Li Dong obviously did not expect that I would suddenly transform. His attack was blocked by my diamond armor and could not cause any substantial damage. I seized the opportunity and threw a punch, with great force that directly knocked Li Dong back several meters. The flames of the flaming lion seemed powerless in front of the diamond armor. Li Dong tried to attack again, but was easily resolved by my defense. Finally, I successfully defeated Li Dong with my strong defense and counterattack ability. On the battle stage, the flaming lion gradually faded away, and Li Dong returned to his human form, looking at me with surprise. "Holden, you are really strong," Li Dong said sincerely. I smiled slightly. "Same here. Your attack is also very fierce." Wang Hai stepped forward and nodded with satisfaction. "Very good, Holden. You have demonstrated extremely high combat quality and flexible adaptability. I hope all of you can learn from him and continue to improve your own strength." In the following training, I continued to absorb the innate energy, gradually increasing the innate instruments in my body and increasing the duration of transformation. At the same time, I also continued to hone my combat skills in actual combat and mastered more transformation forms and innate magical powers. One day, Instructor Wang Hai announced a new training task: entering the Academy's training scene and conducting simulated combat. This is one of the most challenging training programs in the Academy. The trainees need to deal with various emergencies in a complex environment and improve their comprehensive strength. The training scenes are designed to be like real combat scenes, with various terrains such as forests, mountains, and urban ruins. Trainees need to complete tasks in these environments while dealing with lurking enemies and traps. I and several teammates were assigned to a group. Our mission was to cross the forest, find the hidden target, and bring it back to the base. The mission sounds simple, but we know that the process will never be easy. After entering the training scene, we quickly formulated an action plan. I was in charge of the vanguard, using my transformation ability to conduct reconnaissance and clear the way, while my teammates were responsible for cover and support. As we went deeper into the forest, the surrounding environment became more and more complex, and the potential dangers gradually increased. Suddenly, a low roar was heard, and we stopped in alertness, only to see several giant wolves appearing in the bushes ahead. These wolves were enemies in the simulated training, and although they were not living creatures, their attack power and flexibility were no less than that of real enemies. Prepare for battle. I whispered the order, and then transformed into a giant rock black bear, with the diamond armor on my body flashing a cold light. The giant wolves quickly pounced on me, and I rushed forward and started a fierce fight with them. The defense of the giant rock black bear allowed me to withstand their attacks, and my teammates assisted me and quickly repelled these enemies. However, this was just the beginning. As we went deeper, we encountered more and more enemies and traps, and the difficulty of the mission gradually increased. We worked closely together and supported each other, and finally found the hidden target after a hard battle. After bringing the target back to the base, Instructor Wang Hai expressed satisfaction with our performance. He told us that this training not only tested our combat capabilities, but also exercised our teamwork and adaptability. During the training and tempering at Chang'an Titan Academy, my strength continued to improve. The ability of 72 transformations allowed me to adapt to various combat environments. The duration of transformations gradually increased, and the innate instruments in my body continued to increase. After a training session, Instructor Wang Hai called me aside and said to me, "Holden, you performed very well. The Academy has decided to recommend you to participate in the annual Titan Warrior competition. This is a great opportunity to show your strength." The Titan Warrior competition is a competition event among the top Titan warriors in the country. Participants can not only show their strength, but also exchange ideas with other strong warriors to improve their combat skills. I was filled with fighting spirit and decided to go all out to prepare for this competition. In the following days, I redoubled my efforts in training, absorbing more innate energy and improving the stability of my transformation and combat skills. Finally, the day of the Titan Warrior competition has arrived. I stood on the field, looked around, and felt the tense and exciting atmosphere. On the huge arena in the center of the field, many strong men were already waiting. They were all elites from all over the world, and their strength was extraordinary. Next game, Holden versus Wang Chao, the host announced. Wang Chao is a Titan warrior with a talent for thunder and lightning. His thunder power is extremely explosive and destructive. Facing such an opponent, I know that I must go all out. We stood opposite each other on the ring, and the air was filled with tension. Wang Chao took the lead in attacking, and his body suddenly flashed with lightning, turning into a bolt of lightning and striking me. I quickly transformed into Golden Juyin, with a golden glow on my body, and my body of diamond blocked his attack. The lightning seemed a little powerless in front of my defense, so I seized the opportunity and fiercely counterattacked. The battle became more intense. Although Wang Chao's thunder force was strong, my 72 transformations and diamond body made his attack difficult to work. At this moment, I suddenly felt a strange force surge in my heart. It was the innate instrument in my body that was running. I decided to take a risk, concentrated my mind, and activated my innate magical power of 72 transformations. In an instant, my body changed and turned into a giant rock black bear, with a thick diamond armor covering my body, which improved my defense. Wang Chao obviously didn't expect me to suddenly transform, and his attack was blocked by my diamond armor, unable to cause any substantial damage. I seized the opportunity and punched him hard, with a huge force that directly knocked him back several meters. Finally, I successfully defeated Wang Chao with my strong defense and counterattack ability. On the battle stage, the power of thunder gradually dissipated, and Wang Chao regained his human form and looked at me with surprise. "Holden, you are really strong," Wang Chao said sincerely. I smiled slightly. "Same here, your attack is also very fierce." With the end of the Titan Warrior competition, I not only won the game, but also gained more experience and confidence. My name gradually spread in the Titan Warrior Circle and became a rising star that attracted much attention. Chang'an Titan Academy highly appreciates my performance and decided to provide more resources and training opportunities to help me further improve my strength. At the same time, I also realized that there is still a long way to go in the future, and I need to continue to work hard and make progress. In the following days, I continued to work hard in the academy, absorbing more innate energy and improving my combat skills and transformation abilities. Every training session and every actual combat confrontation made me more determined to achieve my goal, to become the strongest Titan warrior, to protect my family and the world. One day, Professor Wang Hai found me and said, "Holden, the college has decided to send you on an important mission. This is a real combat mission and will be very helpful for your growth and improvement." I was both nervous and excited when I heard the news. This would be my first time to participate in a real combat mission, and it would be a real test of my strength. Wang Hai introduced the mission in detail. Outside the Chang'an Bay City, there is a powerful Titan monster, the Flame Dragon, whose existence threatens the surrounding residents. The Academy decided to send an elite team to deal with this threat, and I was selected as one of them. I accepted the task without hesitation, with my heart full of fighting spirit and determination. Before departure, I made detailed plans and division of labor with my teammates, and everyone shouldered important responsibilities. On the day of the mission, we set off for the target area. Along the way, everyone seemed very nervous, but more of it was anticipation and excitement. As a rising star in the team, I felt a huge pressure, but I also strengthened my belief. After arriving at the target area, we found that the fire dragon was wandering in the ruins, and the surrounding environment was in a mess due to the flames. We quickly took action and split up according to the plan, trying to surround and subdue the fire dragon. I took the lead in attacking, transforming into a giant rock black bear, with the diamond armor on my body shining brightly in the flames. The fire dragon discovered our presence and suddenly let out a roar, and a huge flame gushed out and attacked us. I dodged quickly and used the defensive power of my diamond armor to block the flame attack. My teammates also took action and used their own abilities to besiege the flame dragon. The battle was extremely fierce. The power and speed of the fire dragon were far beyond our expectations. We were forced back again and again, but no one gave up. We worked together and finally succeeded in subduing the fire dragon after a hard fight. After the mission was over, we returned to the college with the joy of victory. Instructor Wang Hai highly praised our performance and told us that this mission not only tested our strength, but also made us understand the importance of teamwork. Conclusion. During my time at Chang'an Titan Academy, I went through countless training and battles, constantly improving my strength and skills. My natural ability of 72 transformations allowed me to adapt to various combat environments, and my ability to transform allowed me to handle combat with ease. Looking back on this period of time, I have grown from an ordinary awakener to an outstanding Titan warrior. Whether it is the training in the academy, the Titan warrior competition, or the actual combat mission, I have learned a truth. Only by continuous efforts and constant self-challenges can we gain a foothold in this world full of unknowns and dangers. The road ahead is still long, but I have the confidence and determination to keep moving forward. No matter what difficulties and challenges I encounter, I will use my own strength to protect my family, the world, and create a brilliant future for myself. My legend has just begun. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.